Welcome back, everybody. Video 2 of the Letters of Recommendation series, here to help you choose that recommender who will get you into the school that you want to go. Spoiler alert, it's not the highest ranking person. And here's a story. There was this astronaut candidate who applied to NASA, got rejected a couple times, as they do, and years later, he was able to see what his application, how it got reviewed. And he found out that one of the recommenders, who was among the highest ranking people at his company at the time, when faced with questions like, well, how does the candidate work in a team? How does the candidate respond to, trying situations, etc.? Well, he didn't know the person that well, so all he could say was, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. What you want is someone who can step in and say, yes, this person is the shit. But they need to be able to say that from experience. Now, as veterans, we get two kinds of recommenders. We have our academic recommenders, and we have our military recommenders. And these will speak to different things, right? Your academic recommender will say, yes, this person is diligent, turns in assignments on time, shows interest in lecture, is engaged, comes to office hours and asks questions that shows their interest in the material. But even if you've worked with them for a few quarters, there's limited things that they can speak on. And you, as a veteran, have this entire other background and career that someone should speak for. And that's where your military recommenders come in. Your gunny, your chief, your master sergeant, whatever the Air Force uses. Someone who can speak to, say, on the aircraft carrier, this sailor, would get out there and get the planes ready to launch. Or on patrol, always showed initiative in finding good hide sites, setting good security. Whatever it is that shows your, even in administrative jobs, diligent, records keeping, motivated, engaged. All those things show that you are prepared to put in the work at school. And here's the important thing. There needs to be a balance between this person being sort of responsible for and affected by your work. That is, it shouldn't be your buddy, even your swim buddy or your shooting buddy, because as much as they might be able to speak to you about you from experience, they have very little skin in the game. Well, you could say that in a firefight there's a lot of skin in the game, but they should have some responsibility for your work and for your output. At the same time, someone who, your master sergeant or your platoon commander, who has a lot of sort of overarching responsibility for you, might not be able to speak as well and as specifically to your particular personality and character. And that's something that you'll have to balance out. Finally, these are just examples of things that a good recommender should be able to say. That you display the traits that are desirable in colleges, which is focus, work ethic, discipline, basically all the things that are useful just about everywhere. And that they can say that from their experience working with you. Now, okay, moving forward. If you're a vet already, then the people that you can turn to for a military letter of rec are most likely already set. Whoever you worked with, that's who you have. But if you're still taking preparatory classes, then you still have some time to find a professor that you like, take more classes with them, attend the office hours, go to group study sessions, and if you can, find research opportunities. These can be at your school, or if you're at a community college, you might want to go to some local state school and see if they have a lab or a department that speaks to your interests and that you can ask to participate in. It's nothing to say, hey, Professor so-and-so, I'm a student here and I'm interested in your work. I'm interested in one day transferring to this other school. And what do you think about me joining your lab? Finally, some professors, when it's time to write that letter, might ask you, hey, is there anything you want me to add? And so that's your chance to say, well, actually, yes, remember this time, and this time that I did these things. So keep track of your accomplishments. That's all for now. And remember that whoever you ask for this letter, no matter how great the things are that they say about you, they should be able to answer this question. How do you know? Until next time.